What's happening, guys? We're back in Hydra and we are going for our maximum damage that we have so far. So I've changed some builds around, okay? Now, this is my team. It is an endgame team. Chimera. Did I say Hydra earlier on? Chimera is an end game boss, especially at Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare and all that. So, look, we're using end game champions. Is there other champions that can do this? 100% there are. Marius is a free version, and then we have other HP nukers. We have Atorion, Wallmaster Atorion, we have Acrizia, a few of those. There's not a huge amount, but we're looking at max HP hitters. You can go with champions like Whisper and stuff like that as well, but you need to modify this. Now, what have I changed? What have I done? Let's go through the squad first, okay? So stop right there, guys. Click on the link below and get yourself a free Karato Fox Hunter, as well as 4 amazing epics. Here's the exact steps of what you need to do. Log out of Plarium Play on PC. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find yourself Karato Fox Hunter, as well as Uugo, Rector, Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. That's it. It's that simple. Click on the link, follow those directions, and on with the video. My reviver is Python. I just like Python. I think he's the best. He's cleanser, healer, reviver, healer, all of those on all of the skills. And I know I said healer twice because he has 2 heals, so that's why I like him, okay? He also has his passive, which means you're going to take less damage, 5% less damage for every buff on your champion. So I really like that. We also have Lydia there. Now I have Lydia in 9-piece protection. With a max HP nuker, it's not necessarily as necessary with the 9-piece protection. Does stop you getting your buffs taken off you, okay? Because the Chimera does steal some of your buffs, okay? So that is why it's important, not for the damage bonus when you're using max HP nukers, unless you can't get your max HP nukers to the damage cap of 10% per hit, okay? It is capped out on Chimera, on Hydra, on any dungeon bosses after level 20, so you have to be aware of that, okay? That's why on Spider 20 and stuff like that, you can kill them in one blow, is because it can exceed the 10% rule, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that with that attack, Newt only does 10%. Because it's a triple hitter, he does 10% per hit, okay? That's why he is so good. One of the reasons why he's so good, okay? So we've spoken about Lydia, we've spoken about Python. Then we have the 2 Newts flanking Neck Motar. They're there for damage. They're the ones doing the big damage on this team. Now, this is probably the best I've done so far because I have tweaked the builds on the 2 Newts, okay? And we also have them in 2 different builds, so I want to be able to see which is performing better for me. So this is a little bit of A/B testing, as well as a trial to see how well this team can run, okay? We have then Neck Motar as the engine that's going to drive this team, because one thing that we do know I nearly done it again. One thing we do know on Chimera, not Hydra, is that you have limited turns. You only have 65 turns from the Chimera to get all of your damage in. So you need somebody that's going to keep on pumping your team to go more, to go often, to get more turns in, and to do more damage to the boss. Okay, for me, that's Neck Motar. For somebody else, the absolute best would be Senna Amberheart, because of how her passive with continuous heal works. Every time a continuous heal goes off, she boosts turn meter as well. So that would be the best that you can get. It needs the team around it. But for me, Necmo is the one. Same kind of thing as if you think about Hydra. you have Shamail there. He pumps the turn meter of the person in first place, and then if that's somebody like Necmo or like Eastrid or like even Arbiter, they can go often and they can pump the turn meter for the rest of the team. That's how the engine works, okay? So Necmo is doing all that. He's also providing decreased attack, decreased speed, increased speed, and leech as well, so as we can heal up as we deal damage. So he's bringing quite a lot to this squad. Now, we can see we're at 33 turns and 56 million. I'm liking where this is going for the team, I have to say. Lydia, we know, is bringing our decreased defense and weaken. She's also bringing us our fear, and she's also bringing us block active, or is it block active skills? Well, block debuffs anyway, or block buffs anyway as well. So she's bringing quite a bit to the team too. But basically it's going to be the two newts that supply all of the damage, okay? There's no two ways about that. Now, one thing I would mention as well, see the way we have an increased speed buff on the Chimera there, okay? If Lydia takes a turn now, well, it's gone now anyway. But if Lydia had taken a turn there, we might have seen that being taken away. And the reason for that is we have, I think, Orb of Transfixion is the name of the relic. I may not be sure on that, guys, so check it out. I'll check it out for you during this video. But basically, it's the relic that allows you to steal one buff per turn, so that's handy to have as backup when you're looking at the Chimera buffing himself or stealing buffs off you. Yes, she does provide fear. I was right about that. I was worried I was going mad with her kit, that I was getting it wrong. So yeah, look, 62 million now, and we're looking at 500 million clash points so far. I'm pretty okay with that. I'm quite happy with what we're seeing there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut here. We'll come back with the final result and with the builds on all of the champions, guys, okay? Especially the two newts that I tweaked for you, okay? Utter failure, guys. Utter failure. Only 107 million, and we didn't last the full 65 turns. We only got 61 turns, but we did do it full auto, so I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank. We also got just under 1 billion Chimera clash points as well, so very happy with this. We can see with the two newts, it's very, very close in damage. And I'll show you the two builds right after this as well. I'm going to keep that run. I'm happy enough with that. And it is Wednesday, so want to get these done and out of the way. So we've 46 million and 51 million. We'll call that 47 million. I mean, another sneeze at the Chimera and we would have had it. We have Necmo behind my head there with 3.5 million, Poition with none but 2.5 million in healing, and Lydia with 5 million there as well. So Poition obviously doesn't have any War Master or anything on. Now, so remember, this is the second newt, so it is the one in the last position. So let's just look at that. Where are we here? Okay, so into battle. So it is, if you can see that, guys, it is newt number 2. I don't know why when we mark them, it doesn't actually show it in the post-match screen as well, which one is which, but the higher damage one is the newt 2. So let's see all of the builds and we'll see what's what, see what's going on, what we had happening for that fight, okay? Now, we had Lydia, obviously we said 9-piece protection set as well. The damage boost isn't up to much in this because we are going with max HP nukers. So I have them built to hit the cap, so it doesn't matter too much about this damage boost. But if looking at this, we also protect the buffs more often than not, so that is extremely good. She does have Orb of Transfixion. I was right, yes. So she has a 10% chance, boosted to 20% chance to steal a buff from the Chimera every time she hits it, once per skill, so that's good. She also has a couple of things there, boosting her accuracy conditionally, okay? So she also has the stats from that, HP and accuracy. She is built tanky and fast, usually is the way we go with a bit of accuracy. 466 accuracy, 74k HP, just over 3k defense, and 289 speed. I think a lot of people high-end Chimera would want more than that, but that's what I have at the minute. I haven't built anybody specifically for this, although I did rejig one of the newts. Now, looking at the Python, he is in Protection and Stone Skin. I would much prefer him in Bolster or Regen here, okay? The Protection is doing a job in that it is giving me resistance for the Stone Skin, HP and res. We're looking at res up to speed. We missed out on the 50% chance of protected buff, so that's the strengthen and the block debuffs that can get stolen. But he's not high enough resistance. He's at 433 resistance. I'd need to pump that up higher for the resistance to really make a difference to me, okay? And again, that's only affecting him. It's not affecting everybody, so I'd be better off with the extra piece of protection to keep those debuffs or the buffs protected. 100k HP, 4.5k defense, 267 speed, and like I say, I'd prefer him in some sort of set that would help him regenerate health as well. Bolster, Guardian, regen itself, Immortal, all that kind of thing. I'd like him a bit more survivable, but he is good there as well. Now, masteries, we have him down the defense and support tree because I think that just makes the most sense. Decreased damage from AoE attacks, heal, extra defense, increasing shield received and healing received, and increasing shield and heal given as well. And yeah, extra HP, cooldown the skill, extra speed when allies die, and increases his turn meter whenever an ally dies as well. And then also as well, we have the Lore of Steel as well, so that'll give him extra stats off the set stats as well. That was quite difficult to say. We also have him in Cruelty, guys, and that's because we want the boss racking up that weakness. Again, not hugely necessary for a max HP composition, but for other champions it would be. So that is something that I can probably change there. It's from an older composition that I had going on, and I didn't have Cruelty anywhere else in the team, so that's why that's like that. Then Necmo, we have Necmo built relatively fast, not fast enough again, I don't think. 284 speed, 63k HP, and definitely not enough defense, but we want that. Maybe 3.5 to 4k defense would be much better, but nearly 3, and then the accuracy at 314 as well. So he is providing us with decreased attack, decreased speed and leech, and he's also given us increased speed, increased turn meter as well, and himself an extra turn. There's also a bit of turn meter boosting as well every time a debuff from an enemy is removed or transferred or expires as well. So temporal chains on there as well. It's not a big one though. If it was bigger, it would obviously be better. Let's move swiftly along from that questionable statement. What in the name of Jumping Jehoshaphat is going on here? That is obviously a big mistake there. I was not aware that was not rolled up, guys. So yeah, that'd be much better. 296 speed. What happened there? So I can also glyph out all these guys as well, which would help a lot. Now, newt number 1. Yeah, is this right? So this is the build that I was talking about here. Okay, so we wanted to go with 4-piece Merciless to get the 30% chance to decrease a random skill's cooldown by 1 turn when dealing damage. Okay, so 1 in 3 chance that he's gonna get a cooldown on Blessed Bash and get it back quicker. So at the moment he gets that every 4 turns, and I have actually one vitally important tip for you if running something like this as well, guys. Absolutely vitally important. I'm actually not exaggerating. This is not YouTuber, oh my god, this is the most important thing ever. It is. The run will fail at like turn 27 to 29 if you don't do it. But anyway, attacks 3 times, 30% damage on the boss, capped at 10% per hit. However, we're getting it back even more handily because we have Merciless, so we're getting back to that. We're using that skill more often. Then we also have him in 4-piece reflex. So what does reflex do? 40% chance to reduce a random skills cooldown as well. So every turn we have a 40% and a 30% chance of getting the skills cooldown reduced. So we're getting back round to that Blessed Bash more and more often with those combined, okay? I have Malefic Talon on. That's not going to do any good for him, actually. It actually doesn't do anything for him. It gives him a bit more crit damage. But if he's already at the max damage without that crit damage, that's wasted. And if he's already at the max damage without this 20% chance to deal 10% more damage when attacking, that's wasted as well. Max damage, max HP hit is it. It can't be increased. I covered that in a previous video, guys, so check that out if you want it. Soul Reap is the blessing I have on because I use them in various different places. Sand Devil, Spider, different bosses that you can kill. Because Chimera can't be killed, this isn't really as good, but as you've seen in the run there, he is triggering it because the boss is low health. So it's a little bit of extra damage, but there are better blessings to go for. What would they be? I actually don't know. Well, Brimstone would be good. We could do emergency heal if we had a shield ring, blood shield ring. We could do lightning cage. Absolutely. And cruelty or crushing rend at a higher level. But again, once you're hitting max level, you're hitting max, or once you're hitting max damage, you're hitting max damage. So anything that increases damage beyond that isn't going to do any good for you. So Soul Reap in that instance is actually better if the energy is low enough. Now, his stats are 50k HP, nearly 5k defense, 248 speed, 100 crit rate, nearly 300 crit damage, and I haven't gone for accuracy and resistance, so it's 249 there. That's just whatever he landed with, okay, guys? But this guy is all about getting back to that Blessed Bash. Now, could I make that better? Yeah, Cycle of Magic is one thing that would be really good to help him out there. So I have that on as well. We also have a Cycle of Violence, so has a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random skill by 1 turn if the damage inflicted by a skill exceeds 30% of the target's max HP. Now, I need the Cody brain people of Reddit to find out whether that has to be 0.1% or 30% is included in that. So this may be moot, but I'd rather have it and be wrong than not have it and prefer it, need it. You know what I mean? I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it. So that is, I don't know, do you guys have that saying in your country or wherever you live? So then nut number 2, my second nut, is in 9-piece Merciless, okay? So he's running 9-piece Merciless, so he gets all of the stats with that. Attack doesn't bother him. He has ignored offense though. He has extra crit damage, chance of getting an extra turn, and a chance of getting a skill cooldown reduced as well. So that's all of the stuff for him. His stats are slightly lower: 206 speed, 100 crit rate, 264 crit damage. Again, accuracy and res I don't really care about. 4.5 defense, 50k HP. So that's him there. And that's the one that won. So that's the one that done more damage in this instance, okay? And he didn't even have Cycle of Magic or Cycle of Violence. He did have Helm Smasher though, whereas the other fella had Flawless Execution. So there is, yeah, so the Merciless build won out in this instance. So I have to check that out, really. Is it the build? Is it the stats? He also didn't have the Relic. I'm wondering, do I have this the right way around? Let's go back into Chimera here, and where can we check this? Wow, I'm only the sixth highest. There's Senna that I was talking about earlier. I'm only the 6th highest in my clan though. Which is good because we can't see this, can we not? Die from the future here. I forgot to tell you what that one thing you have to absolutely remember to do if you're using Newt in a full auto composition, and it is turn off Fury of the King. Okay, so that is it. So this cutting in the middle of my spiel there, Fury of the King has to be turned off on all of them. I just, for better results, turn it off. Don't get counterattack stolen, or you're definitely going to, around turn 27 to 29, you're going to regret it because your squad's going to get wiped out. Back to the main video, thanks. So this is the problem, guys. We need to be able to see which is which here. That would be like, I have them marked in the selection thing, but they're not marked on the team performance screens, and that's just, it should be a minor thing to carry over. What do I know about coding? Absolutely nothing, so maybe it's a huge thing. Does it show in the clash, I wonder? Hardly. Okay, I'm way down here because they've done all the runs. I haven't, but it doesn't show it here either, okay? However, judging from the position that I have them in, I do think that is Newt. That's last position, so that's Newt 2 is in the 5th position, so he should be in the last position, left to right in this as well. And if so, Newt 2 done more damage, so Newt 2 is in the 9-piece Merciless. So 9-piece Merciless for damage with Newt on Chimera looks to beat 4-piece Merciless stacked with Reflex as well. I really thought it was going to be the other way around, guys. But look, that is my Chimera team for this week. That is 2 builds on Newt tested versus one another. Could the scientific process be more thorough and we could do more runs? Absolutely, yes, it could. But let me know how you get on with that testing, guys, because that's me done for today. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.